Greetings and welcome. This is the New Thought Media Network. I'm Ken Ludwig, and this is the Vibrant Living Hour, or the Vibrant Living half hour, or 45 minutes, or whatever the hell it turns out to be these days. I just completely became unattached to having to fill an hour's worth of content. I'm just going to talk about whatever I talk about, or when we have a guest, we'll have a guest who'll talk about whatever they talk about, and we'll go as long as we go. I can see that you're out there watching already. I am thrilled to have you on board. Please let me know that you're out there. Hi, Diego. Good to see you. Just make a comment, ask a question, whatever it is, so I know you're out there. And I'm not sure where you're watching. I know that we stream on my Facebook page. We stream on my Coach Ken Facebook page and my Vibrant Aging Facebook page. We stream on the Facebook page of New Thought Media Network. We're also on the YouTube channels for me, myself, or Ken Ludwig, and for New Thought Media Network. So wherever you're coming from, I'm not sure what, you know what, it would be really cool. Hi, Ross. I'm so glad you joined me, buddy. Diego and Ross, just the two of you, if you would let me know what page you're watching it on. All right, Diego's on New Thought Media Network. And Ross, where are you at? Are you on my Facebook page? Everybody else who's joining us, please ask a question, say hi, whatever. I'm trying to figure out where are the places where you can watch the stream and I can see your comments. There's Lisa. Lisa's on my Facebook page. Ross is on my Facebook page. All right, outstanding. So I know that I can see the comments from the New Thought Media Network Facebook page, or actually, I think Diego is actually the headquarters for New Thought Media Network, so he might not be on a Facebook page. Whatever it is, I know that if you watch the stream from my Facebook page, Ken Ludwig, you will be able to comment or ask questions or whatever. So today's topic, just as always, it comes to me when it comes to me, man. And this topic today is the power of love, and it's something I think. I think it's something I've been thinking a lot about. I know I've mentioned on the show before, in my daily spiritual practice, my DSP, I have taken my meditation and I have kind of moved from the headspace in my meditation into my heart center. And when I move into my heart center, I radiate out love from here to whatever my intentions are, or whoever I am, including in my prayer work, or whatever conditions I might want to influence or to project onto, to Ukraine, to Russia, to every organ, function, action, and reaction of my body, to my beloved Lisa's health, to all those who I know who are in need of prayer around their mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical well-being, and those who I forget to mention, or who are just out there, know that everyone is blessed by my thought, but it comes from this space. Now, I've mentioned this before, and I'm going to mention it again. I'm going to keep mentioning this until I get it to the whole world. The average human person, the average human, from our chest area, we emanate or emit 20 photons of light per second from our chest area. 20 photons of light per second. When we focus our attention on our heart space and send love from the heart space, we increase that 5,000-fold. So we go from 20 photons per second to 100,000 photons per second. That's a bucket load of photons, folks. And that's an amazing increase. So what I really want you to think about is if we just learn to embrace and embody more love, if we focus our attention on love, and not just by saying I love you. I have a friend, a minister friend, Reverend Shannon O'Hurley. Shannon once said to a group of us that one of the most important words or expressions in her whole life is I love you, and she uses it all the time. And I learned that it is a legitimate greeting between she and I. Now, it doesn't work with everybody, but the more people it works with, the better. Everyone you know in your world who it can work with, what's wrong with that? Learn to normalize. Learn to what's the word? Normalize is some of it. It is learn to just make it part of your being to express your love. each and every one of us, well, certainly those of us who've reached a certain age, each and every one of us knows people who are here today and gone tomorrow. And almost always there's some regret or recrimination about, God, I wish I absolutely had just told that person how much I loved them, or told them how much I appreciated them, whatever that is. But if we are constantly and consistently just normalizing the idea of I love you, then we don't have those recriminations. We don't have those regrets. So I had some things I wanted to express to you today. I wanted to tell you. So just some things to talk about and think about in the realm of love. First of all, from my generation, from the hippie generation, from the, my Instagram is evolving _hippie. That's my Instagram. And I am absolutely, I'm very proud of that. It's actually came from other people, gave that to me as this should be your Instagram handle. But I'm seeing here, bear with me, folks. If something goes down here, like in the internet, because I can see it just popped up that my signal is weak, and it shouldn't be weak. It should be strong as an ox. But my signal is not good at this moment. And if it goes down, one of the beauties of StreamYard is that it doesn't go dead. You can reconnect, and right away you're right back where you were. So just always bear with me if it goes down for any reason. And it just corrected and showed me I have now a little bit more bandwidth than I thought I had. Anyway, from the hippie generation, from, I believe this might be 1967 or 8, Jimi Hendrix famously said, when the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. Can you just stop and think about where we are right now? This is the 21st day of April, 2022. We are almost a quarter of the way through the 21st century. Wow, can you believe that? Almost a quarter of the way through the 21st century. And actually, when you deal in terms of 100 years, we are 22% into the 21st century. But we are living in a time right now where the love of power seems to be one of the biggest things that is absolutely creating havoc in the world, creating distress in the world. It's amazing that we have this war. Like, I guess we can't really escape that. We can't get away from it. We have this war going on in Ukraine, and the Russians are just doing abominable things. What can we do about that? That is the love of power. So maybe the power of love is what we use to correct that. Now, go back to that thing I said earlier about the going to the heart space and sending love from there, increasing the number of photons that are projecting from our chest from 20 photons per second to 100,000 photons per second. Science has absolutely proven without a question or a doubt that that energy has the power to influence events, to change, in fact, negative events. So there's, what else can you do? What else can I do to affect what's going on halfway around the world in Ukraine? We can send love in our prayer work. Maybe that's what in a new thought mindset, in the affirmative prayer mindset, that is the prayer work. It's not the beg, cajole, we all know that. It is simply to send that love, to claim the love for one another, for each and every one of us. We are in so many flippin' ways, we are our brothers and sisters keepers. Because without that love, there is no energy to keep us all together, to bind us all together. I see on Facebook, I see on social media that we express love so much more willingly when it's done anonymously. When we can do it through social media, or we can do it on the internet. I want to make it my business, my point, to tell you to your face, I love you. And I can say, you know what? I know Diego is on here. I know Ross is on here. I know Lisa is on here. Each and every one of you. Diego, I love you. Ross, I love you. Lisa, I love you. Whoever else is on there, I can't see if you're there. I know you're out there. I can see there are numbers of people watching. But we are capable of sending the greatest gift of the universe to one another, love. I am a believer. What I refer to as God is the overarching creative intelligence of the universe. And when people talk in terms of God loves us, what I interpret that to mean is the universal creative intelligence, that volitional intelligence that creates nonstop, just intensely, incredibly ongoing creation. Why does it create in that ever-flowing manner? Because it loves what it does. It loves its creating. It loves its creation. That's what I interpret that love to mean. When people talk of God's love, that is the love of that overarching creative intelligence for what it does. And what it does is me. What it does is you. What it does is each and every one of us. We are its creation. I find that to be very comforting to me, as far as it being able to take something that we have heard, those of us who come from the Judeo-Christian traditions, we always heard God loves you. It's a loving God. But in the meantime, as my friend Barry Ebert used to say, that God always seemed to be pissed off, and he particularly seemed to be pissed off at me. Didn't feel like a loving God. That's because we personified it. That's because we gave it a personality. It isn't a personality. It isn't a gendered thing. It isn't the guy in the sky, the white bearded guy in the sky. It isn't that. It's an overarching creative intelligence, a volitional intelligence that chooses to do what it does. And what it chooses to do is to create. And it creates nonstop. And that love of its creation is what it imbues us with, that ability to love our creation. And our creation is our relationships. My relationship with you is my creation. It's your creation of your relationship with me. We create those things. They just don't happen. They're just not some spontaneous thing. We don't spontaneously have a relationship other than we are all one, other than the fact that we are all made of the same God stuff. That's another thing that I love. God created everything. What did God create everything from? What did that universal intelligence create everything from? That overarching creative intelligence created everything from the only resource it had, itself. There was no Home Depot for God, where it went and bought the things that it needed to create whatever it wanted to create. God created from whatever it had, which is itself. So each and every one of us is that God stuff. Each and every relationship is that God stuff. And we, as volitional beings, but beings with free will, we get to create our relationships with one another, with everything, with the planet, with the universal. We get to create that. Ernest Holmes said, "Love is within us. It cannot be destroyed. It cannot be ignored. To the extent that we abandon love, we will feel it has abandoned us. Denying love is our only problem, and embracing it is the only answer." Listen to that sentence again, my friends. Denying love is our only problem, and embracing it is the only answer. Through the power of love, we can let go of past history and begin again. Love heals, forgives, and makes whole. Wow. I mean, go back that sentence again. That's one of the most extraordinary sentences ever. Denying love is our only problem, and embracing it is the only answer. Marianne Williamson said that every opportunity, every experience, everything that happens in our world is either an expression of love or a call to love. Excuse me. I'm going to have kind of on a rant here, aren't I, today? I'm going to have a little swig of my CBD infused coffee. My Thursday afternoon treat. Marianne Williamson also said, "Love is what we are born with. Fear is what we learn. The spiritual journey is the unlearning of fear and prejudices and the acceptance of love back into our hearts. Love is the essential reality and purpose on earth. To be consciously aware of it, to experience love in ourselves and others is the meaning of life. Meaning does not lie in things. Meaning lies in us. Let's do that one again. To be consciously aware of it, to experience love in ourselves and others is the meaning of life. I don't know, some of these quotes from famous people are about as simple as they can possibly be, but they really hit the nail on the head, don't they? Excuse me. I always get a little, I don't know what the coffee in the afternoon. I only have coffee on Thursday afternoon. I only have my CBD infused coffee. Why do I do that? Because my CBD infused coffee comes from HempWorks, the sponsor of my show. So I have it during the show. One of my favorite quotes about love comes from Teilhard de Chardin, Pierre Teilhard de Chardin. Now, if you don't know who that is, Deschardins was a French priest. He was a Jesuit priest. He was influenced by Darwin. He was influenced by, and I can't remember the other person he was influenced by. Oh my God. Another earlier Catholic, I believe another earlier Jesuit that influenced him. And they influenced him in the area of evolution, basically, which was not something that the Catholic Church was ever fond of. And he spoke a lot of things. He had a lot of philosophy that was looked down upon by the church. But since then, the last two Catholic popes have both spoken highly of him. Benedict XVI and Pope Francis have both spoken highly of some of Pierre Teilhard de Chardin's work. But he famously said, this is one of my favorites of all time: someday, after mastering the winds, the waves, the tides, and gravity, we shall harness for God the energies of love. And then, for the second time in the history of the world, we will have discovered fire. I love that. That's absolutely just so incredibly great. So like I said, the whole meaning here, the whole rant, if you will, has been just about the idea of love is the meaning of life. Love is the center of our being. Love is why we are here. The overarching creative intelligence of the universe loved to create Ken Ludwig. Loved to create you. Loved to create us all. Every being, as my friend Patty Lukenbach says, even the creepy crawlies. Everything in the universe, everything we're aware of, and so much that we will never, ever, ever, ever be aware of or know about because of the infinite nature of the divine. The overarching creative intelligence is only about love. If, as Marianne says, the meaning of life is love, then again, I call to each and every one of us. What is it in your world that you would have be different? Or what is it in your world that you would love to have continue or be more or greater or grow? What is it that you would simply love to have at the front of your consciousness, top of mind? Whatever that is, address it with love. Don't wish, don't hope, don't affirm. Love it into being. Love whatever it is into being. Love your relationships into their highest and best. My beloved Lisa and I are looking for a home here in North Carolina. Boy, let me tell you, that is not a fun business, looking for a home, because it's the housing market is crazy. But I am absolutely focusing my attention in my meditation in the morning, in my daily spiritual practice, my DSP. I am focusing my attention on from my heart. The divine is providing us with the home by divine right, under grace, in perfect ways. But I am loving that perfect home into our presence. I am loving our businesses into prosperity. I am loving my one company is doing a buy one, get one free sale these last 2 days. Today's the last day, I guess. But I'm loving, and with great gratitude, I'm loving the people who are participating. I'm loving the people who who are making this event a success for me. I am loving the sale itself. I am loving everything about it. If we just simply infuse everything with love, then all of a sudden we get what Holmes said, that denying love is our only problem and embracing it is the only answer. Whatever it is, embracing love is the only answer. Love of whatever that purpose or cause or whatever is. More from Teilhard de Chardin. Love is the affinity which links and draws together the elements of the world. Love, in fact, is the agent of universal synthesis. There's that overarching creative intelligence again, my friends. Love, in fact, is the agent of universal synthesis. Synthesis is creation. Synthesis is making things, is creating things. Love is the agent of universal synthesis. It is all that there is. If you take that a step further with the whole idea that the universal intelligence is constantly creating simply because it loves to create, it loves its creation, perhaps then the next step logically is that overarching creative intelligence is actually the volitional love intelligence. It is the overarching loving creative intelligence of the universe. Or is it the overarching creative love intelligence? It drives me, I was going to say it drives me crazy, but it doesn't. It makes me so stop and think, so contemplate. What is this love thing? If you ask 10 people what love is, you're going to get 10 completely different answers. And I don't know that I have a legitimate answer for what love is other than love is. As in the biblical I am. Love is. Maybe that's even part of the equation. I am love. You are love. We are love. And on that note, Chardin also said, love alone is capable of uniting living beings in such a way as to complete and fulfill them. For it alone takes them and joins them by what is deepest in themselves. Love alone is capable of uniting living beings in such a way as to complete and fulfill them. I believe that when we are in a totally loving space, coming from a totally loving heart, it absolutely unites and fulfills us as beings, as human beings, as spiritual beings creating this human experience. It absolutely unites and fulfills us. And as I said earlier, if we're going to change anything in our lives, if we're going to, even if you have something in your life that's wonderful and you want to make it better, that's still changing it, making it better, making it bigger, making it more productive or more abundant, whatever it is, love that into being. That, in all of the senses of Abraham and Esther Hicks and all of the senses of the science of mind and Ernest Holmes, that loving energy brings us into alignment with the vibration of what it is that we desire. And according to quantum physics, that collapses that quantum wave into what it is we desire by loving it into being. That's the only way I believe we can come into alignment with what it is that we desire. Everything that we require and desire in this life is ours for the asking if we love it into being. That makes sense. It makes sense to me, or I wouldn't be saying it. But I think it's awesome. I think that love energy is what we're all here to experience. It's what we're all here to express. It is everything that life is all about. It is everything without a question or a doubt with which we create. It is everything with which we join together and unite ourselves with one another. It is just totally and absolutely the energy of the universe. It's love. The energy of creation, the energy of oneness, the energy of all that's good, of all that's worth being involved in. I get it, Ross. Ross says, yes, I love it. No pun intended. Thank you. So what I don't want to do is just start repeating myself over and over and over again. That was quite a rant here today. And I'm just, once again, as I said earlier, it's the Vibrant Living Hour, but it's the Vibrant Living however long it takes for me to get out whatever I got to say. And that's pretty much it for me today. I want you to always remember that New Thought Media Network is a nonprofit organization. And we absolutely thrive on your donations. We are grateful for anything and everything that you deign to give to us. Please go to newthoughtmedianetwork.org. That's ntmedia.org, and click on donate. And we are grateful for anything and everything that you have to provide us with. As always, my sponsor is hempworks.com. Hempworks.com/Ken Ludwig is my page. Right there, if you have any interest whatsoever in CBD, the best CBD on the planet and the best CBD and hemp-infused products on the planet, you'll find the most extensive line of those kinds of products at hempworks.com/Ken Ludwig. And today, I think, unless they extend it, today is the last day of our buy one, get one free sale. Everything on that website, on the Hempworks website, is buy one, get one free. If you want to reach me, you can send me an email at that scroll at the bottom there, teamrockitnow@gmail.com. You can find my beloved Lisa and I at our branded Facebook page, Vibrant Aging. And let's get that scroll up there once again for, not the scroll, but the banner there for New Thought Media Network. If you have any desire to help support, if you like what we're doing here, sorry about the shaking table there. If you like what we're doing and you want to support us, please go to ntmedia.org and give us a donation. As I said earlier, that's it for me today. I am, as always, I'm immensely grateful for the incredible gift that is your time and your attention. It just means so much to me that you're here. I hope you will join me next week in this exact same place at 4:00 Mountain Time and 4:00 Mountain Time, 2:00 Mountain Time, 4:00 Eastern Time. I changed the times because I moved here to the East and it's much more difficult to do a 5:00 show. So we are 2:00 Mountain Time, 4:00 Eastern Time. I hope you will join me here next week and every week. Until the next time, my friends, namaste.